Welcome to my channel, Ken here. Today let's take a look at the Radial EXTC or Ecstasy. Let's go! It helps me a lot if you hit that subscribe button below and leave a comment what you think of this product. Sweetwater has sponsored this video, but the thoughts and opinions are mine and mine alone. What is it exactly? Well, what it is basically an interface for pedals. So you can plug your pedals into your project and use them as plugins. So it'll correct the impedance and it will set the levels correctly, and you also have this blend knob up here that's hugely useful. If your pedals are out of phase, there's also a phase button here, and it's pretty simple and straightforward with a send and receive knob here. Now let's take a look at the Radial EXTC or Ecstasy. Here we have the Radial EXTC or Ecstasy. I have two cables inserted here for these pedals that I have lined up. So this is the input, daisy chained to the output here, coming back here. On top here we have a blend knob that blends the direct signal with the process signal, which would be the pedals. You have a phase flip here, and then you have this Omni insert, which from what I understand it is a proprietary thing to Radial's rack, and I can't test that because I'm using a Cranbourne 8-AD rack. This is the send knob to send the level out to the pedals. This is the receive, so you can set unity gain and not run into problems with the level. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's inserted into a track, and it's mono because there's only one of them here. You would need two to make stereo. Now I'm going to play you a track here, that's just a segment of a song here that has this bass underneath everything on synth. So I don't think that sounds very good with that bass. So I'm going to solo that, and you can hear what it sounds like. I'm not happy with this synth bass. Extremely generic sounding to me. So let's first mangle it with Dystorpia, which is the extreme distortion pedal. Already much better. Give it some distortion and some grit, but what happens is it loses all its low end when you do that. So we're going to put an octave pedal on it. Now it's nice and rotten and nasty to fit better into the track, and let's give it some movement. So I like this already. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to how it actually fits in the track now. That's nice and grindy and gritty. Now let's get the level right with this. Let me solo it again. And let's get the right amount of this stuff in. So as I'm playing with this send and receive here, you can hear that it kind of changes it a little bit because of the how the pedals are getting pushed here, and you got to compensate here. So let's do that again. That was pretty good to me. I left an affiliate link below should you choose to buy this product. It's at no cost to you, but it'll help my channel. Try something else, completely different. I have an acoustic guitar here, no distortion, no octave, no phase. And let's put, this is a multi-effects unit. I did a review of this a little while ago, as well as the Dystorpia. I'll leave some links in the description below if you're interested in these two pedals. But right now I just put it up to a basic reverby thing. So here we go. This unit does what it's supposed to do, and I think that if you play with the blend knob, you know, it's like an effects return to see how much of direct signal you want to put into it, which is turning it left and more wet as you're turning it right. And then the brilliance of these two, so you can see when I use this Folktek AlterX that the level was just too hot for it. It started breaking up a little bit, so you back it off and you gotta get the right signal to make it sound right, and then compensate by the receive button. So yeah, this is a hugely functional unit that will give new life to all your pedals. I just picked these pedals because they're kind of all over the place. You can create a really cool chain. You need two for stereo, and for synths especially, I think it's hugely useful. But for mixing tool too, you can use all kinds of stuff, high-end reverb pedals or whatever. And if you really have something that you love, then it gives new life to that and new meaning to it. The Radial EXTC is this one. They have also one that's not 500, but this is a 500 version of the EXTC. Look at the build quality here. You really get your money's worth on this thing, because this is outstanding build quality with the shielding, and it's solid as heck. It's very, very, very well made. So what do I think of this thing? I think it's hugely useful in the studio. This is one solution to insert your pedals into your DAW, and it works fully as intended. Now, a while ago, I actually tried the one that's external, not the 500 one, and that also worked perfectly. They are essentially the same, except for how you plug it into your system. I think the 500 rack is slightly more convenient because there's no external power supply to it or anything like that. But other than that, you need two of them to make stereo, which is another thing. And I think it sounds great. I mean, I don't hear a lot of artifacts from it or any problems whatsoever from this thing, first and foremost. Second of all the knobs work totally intuitively. So I think it's really easy to use, to be honest with you. I mean, there's not much really to it, but it works as intended. And it's really cool that you can, especially with distortion, I think it's great to have distortion pedals and overdrive pedals and put them on synths or other things that were never intended to be used for. It gives you definitely a unique avenue to go down with your creative ideas, and especially on synth. I think I use it all the time on synth. Very rarely do I like the synth sound, and the built-in effects are nice and everything, but when you add that guitar pedal to stuff, it just adds a different vibe immediately. So yeah, I mean, it also gives new use of, if you have pedals lying around and if you're a guitar player and you need to do synth stuff, it's a really easy and quick way to get into another creative avenue. So I look at it as partly a creative tool, part as a utility, but it works great, and yeah, I recommend it for sure. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.